Hi Cory, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good.
Yeah. Is your first time here in Campania?
Yeah, I believe so. This is our first time, and I'm really excited to be here. Excited to play music, and it's very beautiful, as you can see. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So I want to know, can I do my thing? Yeah. I said, can I do my thing? Yeah. I said, can I do my thing? Can I shake it? Can I make it funky? Can we make it groovy? Can we dance? All right, Funk Apostles. Yeah. Funk Apostles. Yeah. Can I count it off? Yeah. Can I count it off? Yeah. Let me count it off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I met Cory when I was 14 years old. So me and Cory go way back. Met him and we've been close ever since, doing gigs together at church or outside of church and stuff like that. And I think I met everybody else pretty much when we started singing with the band. I didn't know any of them, but I know Cory a long time.
I met Cory on a gig with Aretha Franklin, and he was just telling me about this band he wanted to start, a funk band, soul band, and he asked me if I wanted to play bass. So I was like, yeah, that'd be great.
I remember when I was 6, it was like, I couldn't wait to get to church, for rehearsals, or the Wednesday night service, where we was able to play a lot of music after church, or, we used to have jam sessions on the weekends, and, my friends and some of my family, they all played. So it was such a cool culture to just be around a community that was very music inclusive, and I got the chance to play in church. They just let us play. So.
Saying nothing, talking loud, I didn't saying nothing, talking loud, I didn't saying nothing. Yeah, don't you tell me how to do my thing. Don't you tell me how to run my thing now. I said you can tell me which way to go. I said you can tell me which way to go now.
Yeah, I started playing by ear, but I did have a teacher who was a really great blues guitarist, and he knew a lot of, the history of that music and stuff. So I basically the lessons would just consist of us just kind of playing. After a while, it was just us jamming together. But that really helped me, develop this love for music early. I think if he had been making me, read music and jump into the theory and all that stuff from the start, it may, at 12 years old, I may have been kind of like.
I'm definitely self-taught. Started, guess I was around 1, maybe. Playing at church. Then I got into jazz band and a concert band and marching band, and then later on started playing jazz in high school, and just kept growing from there. Trying to build a library.
Born and raised in the church, and I started playing the drums first. And I used to play for my church, and then singing really took over at the age of 5. And then it just escalated from there. I started in the choir and singing as a teenager, and then into the professional world in my 20s, and here we are.
Saying nothing. A lot of people talking loud, saying nothing. A lot of people talking.
Funk Apostles started as an idea about 2 years prior to 2015. And I didn't think about each one of the guys that I picked to be a part of the group until a year before the group started. But I met each one of these guys probably in the last 6 or 7 years. The reason why is that I wanted to play music the way I wanted to play music. You know, I feel like I have my own voice and my own sound and my own message since a kid. And now that I'm able to do that in my own way, it brings me complete joy and happiness, you know, to be able to surround myself with a band of guys that want to play music the way I want to play music.
So when did you understand this was your mission, your vision, and your responsibility, you know?
I don't know, man. The more I've seen how the world was changing, or the world is changing rather from my point of view, what I've learned about the history of wars and how, you know, wars are still being fought now. And you know, I'm from the city, and different parts of the city, you know, people are, you know, fighting each other, you know, crime is crazy.
Listening to the words of what you're singing and really trying to showcase that you mean what you're singing, and it's not just a song. It's not just lyrics, like it means something.
I think spreading love is just important and necessary, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's what we try to do with the music. I mean, I don't know. You?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's necessary. I mean, it's the world we live in right now is kind of tough for everybody. What happened?
A little messed up.
Yeah, a lot messed up. So it's good to be able to have this medium and this mechanism that you can be able to speak to everybody at the same time, and be able to, you know, just spread a little light out there.
You're only surrounded by people, for the most part, who agree with you and who are in your same mindset, and I think it's really great to go past that. And that's, I mean, it seems like an easy fix, but that's the only way we're gonna figure any of this stuff out, is for me to say, hey, that guy who disagrees with me, why? You know, because it's rarely simple. It's always, we live in a really, really complex scenario, and even where I was at a year ago is very different than where I'm at now. And I think it just takes like being open, you know, and not thinking that that person who disagrees with me is terrible. Like, there's a reason why they disagree. And, you know, if you can understand that, even if it doesn't change you, it'll help you to love who they are, where they come from, and it'll help you to love yourself more.
You know, when I started reading the news a little bit more, I was just like, wow, I don't know what I can do, and I don't know if music can really make a big difference, but I really believe in my heart that it does. It is definitely a mindset. Have I seen the change? I mean, I have friends and, you know, my little homies, musicians back at home, who told me they wouldn't be doing certain things that they are doing if I hadn't done what I've done. So if that's the change that, you know, required them to get to their goals, and that's good. But I don't know. I'm not really actively looking to see like how I'm affecting people's lives. I'm just living my life. Okay. And the better I can do that, if people are changed by me living my life, then that's all I care about. I don't really actively try to change people.
I would say, with that background, gospel background, if you will, and worship, to sing from the heart, sing with passion, always, every time, because I believe that what we do is beyond us. You know, when we're on the stage, it's to really help and encourage or to heal people. So if you sing from here, you know, that it makes a difference. That's what I learned.
Church for me, being able to play and playing in front of people, I feel like it's the same thing when I go play with my brothers in front of a whole nother crowd. You know, church is everywhere. Hell, church is in these four walls. It's in your heart. So it's not a building that defines what a church is. I've played in church all my life. I'm about to go play in church when I go to this hotel room in a minute.
Initial sessions were really, they were kind of incredible because we just came in and Cory would just like he would play the idea and then we would like run it one time and then we would just record it and it was like really good. Yeah, we did that for like all the songs. So that was a good experience for me because playing with the level of musicians that I play with in this band, it kind of forced me to kind of just lock myself into my thing.
Man, I think it's just a lot of listening and trust. You know, like I think I know what his strengths are and he knows what my strengths are, and we kind of let each other do that. You know, and that's really all it takes. And it seems like it would be easier to do that, but it's tough because you really have to know, like, okay, that person's going to do that and he's going to do it well, and you know, so I'm happy that a guy like that trusts me. So yeah.
You know, I'm an older man now.
I don't think so.
I know, right? I'm only 18. You know. No, but being an older man now, I've experienced enough, you know, in relationships and stuff like that, and it's just crazy how, you know, the experience of a relationship ties into a music song, you know, a performance or something like that. It's always been that way throughout the history of music.
Yeah, I started writing when I was younger. I used to just really be into writing poems and reading a lot of poetry and stuff like that. So I've done it. For a few different artists, but you know. And when Cory asked me to join, that was part of the thing, you know, which was exciting for me because, you know, I love lyrics as much as I love playing guitar.
The base of the album is primarily about, I think, one's experience trying to either find love, having found love, been in love, or even those who have had heartbreak or looking for love.
It's a way to translate and bring people together. You know, I mean, you know, the last couple nights, like I met people from different countries who had driven 3-4 hours just to see us, who I couldn't talk to because I know English and I barely know English, you know. So just that, you know, so just that by itself was I think the message behind the record of like, hey, here's some life experiences we've had. Let me tell them to you. If you relate with them, cool. If you just want to party, cool. Like, let's just have one night where we all kind of just come together and figure something out.
Once the time becomes right for that to take the forefront of my musical, you know, the passage, the way I want to present music, you know, that might be something next. But you know, just stay tuned. Anything can happen, even tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
So thank you a lot, Cory.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having me.